Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your host Kyle, and today our boys are not here. They're out gallivanting with their family and friends, which means you're stuck with me for this shorter episode. But hey, let's make the most of it. First up, PlayStation has recently made an update to the licensing agreement with Warner Bros. This new agreement allows PlayStation users to have access to their purchased content for at least the next 30 months. So fear not, you get 2.5 years of guaranteed access to your library before we end up right back in this position again. Situations like this really start to make me consider switching back to physical media. Good old days of peeling that plastic off a game you've been begging your parents to get you. You know, catching that corner just right. Letting that plastic fall ever so crisply off a nice warm plastic. But I'm digressing. People really out here getting their accounts banned with no notice, only to have them magically restored overnight. I've had my account for like 15 years and thousands of dollars worth of content. I would go insane. I might just go to Xbox, who knows. But in the beginning, I must admit, I was one of those who embraced the digital era wholeheartedly. I even purchased a digital-only PlayStation 5 to reduce clutter. At the time, I didn't really care about owning any physical copies. But alas, I was naive. Now with these situations cropping up, it's enough to make me reconsider my choices. Maybe it's time to step foot in the GameStop again and relive that nostalgia, browsing the aisles, looking for my next fix. Who knows what the future holds. Moving on, we have a rather concerning incident involving sensitive military documents in a popular game forum. Can you believe that for the 14th time, sensitive military documents have appeared on the War Thunder forums? These documents, relating to the M2A2 Bradley, were posted on various platforms like Reddit and Discord. While not legally classified, they contain information that the military considers sensitive, and it's only intended for the eyes of the U.S. Department of Defense and its contractors. Apparently, people get into some heated arguments about this game, and sometimes reach back and grab some leaked documents just to settle a debate. The good news is that these documents were removed within minutes of posting. But the Gaijin Entertainment founder Anton Udenstev expressed his frustrations, stating that they could only do so much to limit the leak and cannot control what happens on other platforms. Let this serve as a reminder to the deviants who slither their way across the internet. Leaking sensitive government files is not the way to prove a point. Sometimes a simple Bing search can save the day. Now, let's shift our attention to the world of gaming industry news. Bobby Kotick, a prominent figure in the gaming world, finally left Activision Blizzard after an impressive 32 years with the company. Bobby was instrumental in the merger between Activision and Vivendi Games, which gave birth to the gaming giant we know as Activision Blizzard in 2008. However, it seems that working for Bobby proved to be less than ideal for many of his employees. Back in January of 2007, during the time of the Activision Blizzard merger, Bobby faced his first major sexual harassment case. Cynthia Madvig, a flight attendant, was fired after complaining about sexual harassment by a company-hired pilot. She took legal action, claiming wrongful termination and sexual harassment. Initially, Bobby ignored the advice of his lawyer to just go ahead and settle the case, but he wanted to, quote, destroy the other side instead. Eventually, he did settle with Madvig, but he also spent a significant amount on legal fees. I did not mention that he was also sued by his lawyer, because apparently from January to September of 2007, he sent his lawyer $200,000 for all services rendered. And she was like, no, you owe us a little over $1 million. They went to court. He lost. The month after is when he settled in court with Madvig and lost that one. So, a bunch of money flying out his pocket, but when you're worth $500 million at that point, what is it to you? We fast forward to 2021, and California's Department of Fair Employment and Housing revealed that Activision Blizzard and its studio, Blizzard Entertainment, had fostered a culture of constant sexual harassment and gender-based discrimination. Female employees reported a toxic work environment that's similar to a frat house, with male employees engaging in inappropriate behavior and making offensive jokes. Tragically, one employee even took her own life due to the extreme harassment she endured. Bobby, in response to these disturbing claims, denied any systemic issue with harassment, and he also blamed the union for the company's problems. Now that he has left, obviously developers are sharing their grievances about the former CEO. Christina Pollock, a former Call of Duty programmer, spoke up about Bobby's decisions negatively impacting the games they worked on. Another developer, Andy Belfort, who I believe is the community manager, or was a community manager for Blizzard at the time, shared his experience of being denied resources and support when they anticipated a review bombing during the launch of Overwatch 2 on Steam. It's clear that Bobby was adored by shareholders. I mean, we can see that by how long he managed to stay as CEO. But he was also deeply loathed by those who worked underneath him, and many people suffered under his watch. And as we bid farewell to this chapter in Activision Blizzard's history, let's hope that they can get some new leadership and they can create a more inclusive and supportive environment for their employees. After all, it is the developers and their teams who bring us these experiences we love and cherish so much. But that wraps up today's episode, folks. I appreciate you staying here and listening. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss an episode. Until next time, guys. Oh, and Happy New Year.